Happy holidays everyone, and welcome back to my channel. I'm the Dapper Danielle, and here in the past couple of videos I've been testing out different styles of videos I want to make here on this platform. The last couple of videos were more like a vlogger style, recapping the events of what happened at Hilton Head and also at Dapper Day. But now I'm trying to get back into more of my history aspect, something that I'm still very passionate about and sharing with you guys. In this video, make sure you like and comment and tell me what you like and didn't like, just so that way I have an idea of what you guys are interested in moving forward. Here in the Dapper household, we are in full holiday swing right now. But then it started making me think about my second home, Walt Disney World. Now, we have spent multiple holidays at Disney World property, enjoying the holiday festivities. Now, some of my favorites have come and gone. My family and I started going through some old photo albums, and we saw pictures of the Osborne Lights and old Christmas parades that used to be once upon a time here on property. I thought, wouldn't it be great to make a video breaking down some of the old events and items that are no longer here at Walt Disney World, or as I call them, the ghost of Disney Christmases past. My list is not very long. However, I do want to mention a couple of items I feel like really are important to either the history, to the park atmosphere, or have affected the Disney holiday environment in some way. Item number one took place at Disney's Animal Kingdom from 2001 till 2014. The parade was called Mickey's Jam and Jungle Parade, and had a holiday overlay theme from 2004 until 2013. The parade was originally created for the 2001 100 Years of Magic celebration that was happening on property. In 2004, the Walt Disney World Company decided that they need to add a little bit of holiday cheer to the park. And one of the easiest ways was to create a holiday overlay of the parade, and it became Mickey's Jingle Jungle Parade. There weren't very many differences between the standard version and the holiday version. The parade featured larger-than-life puppets, some Jeeps carrying Safari, Minnie and Mickey and friends out on their adventures, along with other characters like Baloo, King Louie, Rafiki, Timon, and so on. During the holidays, however, these parade floats and characters and puppets all had some type of holiday decoration over them. Whether it be garlands or presents or festive colored shirts, it was just an addition to the parade itself. There were, however, some differences in the music. They did add more jingle bells in the background, as well as other character dialogue saying Merry Christmas and whatnot. Now, yes, the holiday version was an overlay. However, I find it important to Disney history because this is one of the only major holiday offerings that was available at the time. It would take almost another 5 years until Disney finally announced another holiday offering called Merry Menagerie, which is fantastic. The next item on our list was located over at Epcot, specifically on the bridge between Future World and World Showcase. A series of arches called Lights of Winter welcomed you into World Showcase. They featured over 30,000 lights that would be synchronized to music periodically throughout the night. The arches would be illuminated almost every day around 6 p.m. during a tree lighting ceremony from 1994 to 2008. These arches definitely brought a really great holiday vibe to World Showcase. However, the main complaint from guests was that during the day, the arches, well, they weren't so pretty. It kinda reminds me of another offering that sometimes doesn't look so pretty in the middle of the day. However, guest reactions to the Lights of Winter were fantastic. It quickly became a holiday favorite for some. However, in 2009, the Walt Disney World Company announced that the Lights of Winter would not be returning to Epcot. The reasoning for not returning the Lights of Winter was because the technology was becoming too obsolete to make it operate, hence the retiring of it. This left fans kind of taken aback, but also disappointed that the Disney company wouldn't go ahead and just refurbish them or come up with some other way to bring them back. And even still to this day, there's been rumors that, oh, the Lights of Winter could magically return. I highly doubt it. However, it would be cool to see something return to the very front of World Showcase. The next on my list, the Country Bear Jamboree Christmas Special. If you follow me on TikTok, you know plenty well that I love my Country Bears. Because of the popularity of the show, in 1984, they introduced a holiday overlay. However, unlike Mickey's Jingle Jungle Parade, this one was more than just a layover. It featured brand new songs, brand new costumes. Some characters even got a complete overhaul, like Terrence, for example, aka Shaker. His fur and painting was switched from brown to white to make him resemble a polar bear, while other characters just got costume overlays like the sunshine bonnets switched out from their blue outfits to a festive red and green. The show ran for the holiday season from 1984 to 2005 here at Walt Disney World, and still continues to this day over in Tokyo Disney, for now. However, even with the popularity of the show, in 2005, the Christmas special did not return. And the Disney company never specifically gave a reasoning of why it never came back. Speculation grew that supposedly there was issues due to copyright with some of the songs, which would be interesting. There are plenty of clips and videos here on YouTube to show the Country Bear Christmas special. But why this one specifically made my list is because this was the first attraction Christmas overlay. The Country Bears walked so that way the Haunted Mansion and Small World over in Disneyland could run. You're welcome. And the last thing on my list that I know is still near and dear to some people's hearts is the Osborne Lights. The Osborne Lights were a huge hit over in MGM, aka Hollywood Studios, and they have a very interesting history. It started with a man named Jennings Osborne in Little Rock, Arkansas. One Christmas, his younger daughter came up to him and asked, "Hey, Daddy, can we put some lights on the house?" To which he happily obliged and put over 1,000 lights on the house. Mind you, this started in 1986. Jennings Osborne then kept growing and growing and growing the collection till the point where in 1993, the collection of lights that spanned over his house and yard grew to over 3.2 million. This house became a local hotspot during the 90s. This little house drew in large crowds, backed up roads, and created a lot of mayhem for the neighbors. In 1993, the Osborne House lights were on from sundown until midnight, and a lot of people showed up. It got to the point where his neighbors threw up their hands and said, "We're done." And it escalated to the point where 6 neighbors banded together and actually took the Osborne family to court. Neighbors won because their reasoning was that emergency vehicles couldn't get to the other houses on the road if something were to happen. In 1994, the court ordered that instead of having the lights up 35 days out of the year, they only could be up for 15 days out of the year, and that they only could be lit from 7 p.m. to 10:30 p.m. Jennings, who was furious with his neighbors, appealed twice, once to the Supreme Court of Arkansas and second to the United States Supreme Court. However, he lost both times. Well, in 1995, the Supreme Court finally ruled, okay, we gave you an option to only have it lit 15 days of the year. Now, we're not letting you do it at all. When the news broke and hit the newspapers, guess who found out? The Disney company. Specifically, John Phelan. I think it's Phelan. I think that's how you pronounce his name. John was the Walt Disney World project director at the time. He heard in the news that the Jennings had this massive light show that they weren't allowed to put on anymore. So he called up Jennings. "Hey, we would like to go ahead and bring your lights to our residential street in MGM Studios." "No, sir. No, the residential, the street is not like a real neighborhood. It's a movie set." "Yeah, you know the Golden Girls? Have you seen that on TV? Yeah, that's where their house is. Yeah, the movie set house is there. And it'll be in front of their lawn." Or at least that's just how I assume the conversation went. I don't know if that's actually how it went, but I guess it went like something like that. So the Osborne family lights premiered on Residential Street in MGM Studios in 1995. In 2004, the lights were then moved to Streets of America, where they had the sets of like New York and Los Angeles, as Residential Street was being torn down to make way for Lights, Motors, Action, which was a stunt show. And by moving it to this location, Disney also grew the collection of lights. It grew from 3 million to 5 million lights. And in 2006, the show was renamed the Osborne Spectacle of Dancing Lights because dimmers were then added to the light show. So that way, Disney could sync it to music and make the lights dance. 1,500 dimmers were used to make this happen. The show was then upgraded in 2011 to make way for LEDs. Then in 2015, it was announced that this would be the last season of Osborne Lights. The Streets of America were getting ready to be torn down to make way for what is now Galaxy's Edge. The final performance of the Osborne Spectacle of Dancing Lights was on January 3rd of 2016. So, what do you think of my list? Did you get a chance to see any of these offerings, or are there any that you wish would come back? Me personally, I would love to see the Country Bear Christmas overlay return. However, I know the show would have to be totally readjusted because there's certain things from that version of the show that just would not make it in modern times. Next week, I'll be talking about Disney Christmas Ghost of present and future, and talking about what the future holds for the holidays at Walt Disney World. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see y'all next time. Till then, night-night, sleep tight, dream of churros tonight.